Hello there, comic book fans. I just wanted to put together a little video of one of my favorite runs of comics that's sort of not very well known. It's Marvel Team-Up issues 39 through 51. These are all issues from my childhood, so they're all kind of battered. But hey, someday I'll get them all again in mint condition. But I reread it a few years ago, and it really holds together well. It's a good example of how the whole team-up concept can work well, and it's a nice Spider-Man story. All the issues are written by Bill Mantlo, and I think they're all drawn by Sal Buscema and inked by Mike Esposito. But the stories are all individual issues, but connect together thematically in a way that comics didn't always do back in the 70s. But it starts out with issue 39, Spider-Man and the Human Torch, an excellent cover with Spidey and the gun sights. And issues 39 and 40 with the Sons of Tiger are it starts out as a ground level story where Spidey and the Torch and the Sons of Tiger are taking on the crime master and Big Man and a whole bunch of just, regular crooks. So it starts out very down to earth. But then as the stories move on, now we get into Spider-Man and the Scarlet Witch, where I think it was Dr. Doom's time machine they got their hands on. Someone got their hands on, brought the Scarlet Witch back in time, hypnotized her. It must have been Cotton Mather there. And then Spider-Man had to go and save her. So we start out on the streets of New York, and we end up in the streets of Salem. Now the Vision shows up to help try and save the Scarlet Witch too, along with Spider-Man back in the Salem witch trial days. As you can see, these are some really nice covers. Looks like we got Gil Kane and Dan Atkins there. I don't know who did this Vision cover, but it's nice too. Then we move on from there to Spider-Man and Dr. Doom. He shows up and looking for his time machine, if I remember correctly. And Vision and the Scarlet Witch are still in this one too. So, like I said, the issues tie together nicely. Then Moondragon shows up to continue the Dr. Doom story. Now we got Moondragon, Spider-Man, Dr. Doom, Vision, and the Scarlet Witch fighting in the future. Whoever this guy, Mohawk guy is, I don't even remember. And then we're still in the future, and Spider-Man and Killraven. Once again, it's a great example of going from long story to short story, all tying together. This all ties together with the time machine now. And I always liked the War of the Worlds Killraven stuff, and it continues nicely in here. And then, of course, we get the now star of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Deathlock. So this is back when Deathlock took place in the far-flung future of the 1990s. I don't think he's fully integrated into the Marvel Universe yet. But once again, still traveling around with the time machine, runs into Deathlock. And then a rare for those days crossover into Marvel 2-in-1. So he's back to New York. There's a nice bridge there to let you know that. Teamed up with the Thing to take on the Basilisk or Basilisk. I've heard it said both ways. Once again, nice story that continues into Marvel Team-Up 47. Look at those. Man, they made some nice covers back in those days. Looks like some more Gil Kane over here. Yep, Kane. Is that a Sinnett? K&S. Nice cover. I always liked the Basilisk because for some reason I like characters with eye beams. They just look so cool. They beat you up and shoot beams out of their eyes. So then we move on to 48, which this has always been one of my favorite covers. I think John Romita Sr. cover. Nice. After teaming up with the Thing, he's back in New York and he teams up with Iron Man. I think this may be the first appearance of Jean DeWolf, who was some police captain who starred in Marvel Team Up for a while. And it starts the Trial of the Wraith story. So we actually get a a courtroom drama in Spider-Man is how it ends up. So, and I always like these are always fun, these little exploding planes that try to take out Iron Man, back when Iron Man's armor could tear. Then we move on to Iron Man 2 issues in a row. Once again, the Wraith is the villain, some guy with mind powers. And he's mind controlling them. Now we have a nice Doctor Strange cover. Once again, we continue the Wraith story. Once again, it's tied, if I remember correctly, it's tied into Captain Jean DeWolf and her whole backstory. Her father was an old police captain, and she tried to live up to his ideals, and they had a brother who I think ended up being somehow the Wraith, who was supposed to be the inheritor of the family police captain mantle, but didn't. I just noticed that's Romita inked by Bradford. I wonder who Bradford was. I don't remember anyone by that name. So anyway, we move on from issue 50 to issue 51, the senses-shattering conclusion of the trial of the Wraith, when we get our courtroom drama. That's when it all ends up with they actually bring the villain to justice in the court, and of course have to fight over him. But anyway, this is a nice little run of Spider-Man stories, a nice little team-up run. I like, you can probably find them all for fairly cheap, I imagine. No one wants, still one of my favorite covers of all time. I just love that Iron Man figure with the little wooden planes hitting them. Yeah, you can. It's a great example of the team up concept. They kept finding new and various guys to team them up with. They kept teaming up in various time periods. All sorts. It went from the past to the future. Started out with street level stories, then went to some far out sci-fi stories. Ended up with a courtroom drama. So, if you're ever looking for something, they should really package this in a trade one day. Who knows if they ever will? But if you're ever looking for something good, a good old Spider-Man story to read, check this out. It's Marvel Team Ups issue 39 through 51. They're my favorite Marvel Team Up issues that ever came out. All right, we will catch you later. Over and out.